Hey guys, Preston here. Welcome back to another video. I know I'm wearing a Notre Dame hat and a Hawaii shirt, but this is not a Notre Dame related video this time. It is time for the first Steelers video of the season. This is the game preview for the Week 1 matchup against the Buffalo Bills. So before we even get started, please hit the like button on this video. It means a lot and it helps spread the video. Unfortunately, for really small channels like me, your video will get shown to no one unless they click a link directly shared to them, or it gets enough likes that YouTube will start to show it to a bit more people. Help grow this channel, help expand our Steelers fan base. Be great to have a little community here where we can just talk in the comment section and stuff like that. That'd be the dream, but for now, one video at a time, right? But anyways, please like this video. It would mean a lot. And you can subscribe if you haven't yet while you're down there. Also help grow the channel that way. Subscriptions and likes are the most important things you could do for a channel, especially for the smaller ones. Anyways, let's get fully into this now. The Steelers have to go on the road to Buffalo to play one of the tougher teams on the year. This is one of our tougher matchups, if I'm being honest. Give me a second. When you see me look away, it's for the computer. I didn't want to watch it yet. I'm going to try to give some stats along with all this, just like always. The Bills are obviously a very tough team. I'm sure you remember that we played them last season. It did not go our way. But I was also, towards the back end when our whole team really, fell off from what we wanted them to be. So it's not crazy that it happened. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get... Here we go. Okay. This will help with stuff. Just wanted to get some stats along with some injury stuff. Money lines. And we can go to team stats after that, I guess. Okay, so, sorry, I needed to get all my info pulled up here. First off, I will say, no, Pittsburgh is not the favorites this time around. I mean, a lot of people have been downing us, though, so that's to be expected. But to be fair to them, at least this time, it's the Bills, who are a very talented team who made the playoffs last year. And currently on ESPN's Football Power Index, their matchup predictor, the Bills have a 67.8% chance of winning to our 31.9%. Also, in the game preview NFL Network did, all 10 of their experts picked Buffalo to win. So hopefully we can make a lot of people look wrong week 1. This is probably one of the games I'm less confident about, especially with week 1, though. Week 1 might be to our advantage, though, because you never know. Just like if the college football week 1 taught us anything, teams aren't playing, their top form week 1. You can catch a team off guard. Maybe Buffalo's not fully the way they need to be, or maybe neither of us are, but we end up the better team week 1. We're just more ready or something. That's important to look at. Injury-wise, except the guys we already know in Stephon Tuitt and Banner being the biggest ones, obviously no Banner and Tuitt sucks a lot. Banner I'm a little more okay with because it means we get to see Big Dan Moore get a shot at starting left tackle. For our success on the O-line, we need our young guns and Dan Moore and Kendrick Green to do really well. Unfortunately, on the injury report that came out the day I'm recording this, which is Wednesday, September 8th, this will be uploaded Friday most likely. Either way, Tyson Alualu, Alex Highsmith, and Kendrick Green are all listed as questionable. That sucks. Things could change by the time you see this video, and definitely by game time, things could change. Hopefully they all play. We need them all to play, if we're being honest. So hopefully nothing crazy. Star Lutiali or whatever. I can't say the man's name, but he plays for the Bills at D tackle. And Emmanuel Sanders are also listed as questionable. So, it'd be better for us if they didn't play, but questionable doesn't always mean that much. So we'll have to see what happens. The Bills are 6.5-point favorites, or 7 on some sites. It all depends. Money line would be a minus 290 favorite for them, and the over-under is 48.5. Just looking at the key matchups here, I always do this to try to get some X factors. When you can look at our offense, who I think will make the biggest impact for us, to me, it has to be, it's Najee. Najee is the X factor this game. I got the 2020 season's team standings up because I wanted to see the stats to compare us. This Bills offense was lethal, so that's something we have to definitely be worried about. If, in full honesty, they're a very talented team. In terms of team offense, they're ranked second only behind the Packers, actually ahead of the Bucs. So, very explosive offensively. I mean, we know this. Stephon Diggs had an insane season for them last year. Let's see if I can get their 2020 stats, guys. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. Stephon Diggs had 1,535 receiving yards last year to go with 8 touchdowns. Really, just passing wise, they were definitely way more of a threat in the passing game than they were in the running game, as Josh Allen threw for 4,544 yards, and their top rusher only had 687 yards. So they are kind of a committee approach, though, with Zach Moss also having 481 yards and Yeldon having 70 yards. But they were also not that great when it comes to running the rock. Just so you know, we'll go through these stats again. Sorry, I get off track all the time. Steelers were listed 12th in total offense. They could have been probably higher if you didn't have that collapse at the end of the year. Passing offense, the Bills were 3rd in the league. Steelers were 15th. Like I said, Steelers also could have been higher probably without the collapse. Ben had to throw way too much last season. Rushing offense is where we were both pretty rough. The Bills were at 20th, and we were even worse all the way dead last at 32nd. I believe they based this ranking off yards. I don't know if they averaged it based off total yards or yards per attempt. Either way, in total yards, we're dead last also. So I think this one is ranked off total yards. But yeah, dead last, not great. That's why I said Najee is probably my offensive X factor. The revamped O-line and Najee, along with the new scheme from the coordinator, has me optimistic that he can change our running fortunes around. Maybe it's crazy positive, but to me, I think it's just the truth. People are really forgetting that Randy Fichtner being gone is a huge deal to this team. I think it's a big X factor for us. I think it will help us a lot. I think just having a new offensive guy. Also, the fact week 1, that's another factor that helps us, is the fact we have a new coordinator that there's not a lot of tape on, as we purposely ran pretty vanilla stuff in training camp. So it will be kind of a surprise for this Bills team, who I believe did not change any coordinators around. So, might be able to catch them off guard with some of our schemes. It looks like we'll have Ben under center more. There'll be a lot of motions and stuff. We'll have to see how it plays out. Anytime they try to reverse it, some bullcrap, I hate it, though, because it still fails all the time. So we'll see how effective Matt Canada really is. Pittsburgh is not known for hiring elite coordinators. I mean, we've had some in the past, but I swear the last really good coordinator we had was Bruce Arians. So that was a while ago. So Matt Canada had no NFL coordinator experience before this, is basically what I'm saying. So we'll see how he does. Hopefully he is fantastic. We need him to be fantastic. So that's a factor there. I think 32 will not happen again. And then defensively, this is where we're semi-even. This is why this game's such a tough matchup for me, because we're both very good. The Steelers were 3rd in scoring offense, so that's impressive. In terms of just points, we were... No, they must have ranked this off something else. I don't know how they ranked these. I don't know how it works, but we're 3rd on this, and the Bills were 16th. But I don't know. To me, the Bills' offense is way better than the Steelers. Let's go to defense, though, if we can get to it. Defense was not listed. Or I missed it. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Either way, we know how talented these defenses are. The Bills' defense, what worries me the most of them is the secondary, of course. Their pass rush isn't that deadly, so that's good. That's a positive for this young offensive line, especially with the fact that, Banner's out, so you're relying on 2 rookies, one at left tackle, one at center. The fact that their pass rush is still not very potent is very good for us. Let's see. Their top sack getter last year was A.J. Klein with 5 sacks. I mean, no one had more than 5 sacks on their whole team, with Klein and Addison tied for 5. Hughes had 4.5, Milano 3.5. Just a lot of spread out by committee stuff. I know they drafted an edge rusher, I believe. I will get to it. AJ Espinenza is there. I know that. He probably won't be that deadly. He was more of a late pick, I believe, based off everything I've seen. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, the Bills drafted Gregory Rousseau, so we'll get to see Rousseau. He should help their pass rush, but probably not enough to the point we should be super scared. Like I said, to me, it is a positive that their pass rush is not their strength. the worrying thing is Big Ben will have a challenge right away at week 1 facing the likes of Tre'Davious White, who is a monster, and to me, he might be the best corner in the league, if I'm being honest. He had 3 interceptions last year. Levi Wallace and Drew Marlowe, the safety, had 2. Dean Marlowe, sorry. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde are a very underrated safety duo. They're very talented and really good at what they do. And that corner, Tre'Davious White, is a beast. The other guys are okay, but Tre'Davious is the guy you want to worry about. He can make you pay. He made Duck pay when we played them like 2 years ago or whatever it was. But either way, I think it's their secondary I'm more worried about. But overall, they have a solid defense. We know this. Our defense is still better, if you ask me. Our corners are the ones who will be tested the most, though, because Beasley, Davis, and Diggs are not to be messed with. They're very good. Davis is young, so he's only going to be getting better. It's a very solid. I think that was his rookie year. Maybe it might have been his second year, but either way, 600 yards and 7 touchdowns is really solid with considering how young he is and where he was drafted. So that's my main concern. Hayden's going to have to step up big time. I don't know how I feel about Hayden going against Diggs. There's definitely a speed advantage for Diggs there, but maybe it's a guy like Ahkello Witherspoon we just added, who's apparently a decent man corner in City. Most people think he actually fits better with us than he has anywhere else because we play more man than his other stops. Witherspoon and Pierre seem to be the guys who will fill into that outside corner 2 role whenever we need a slot guy. Sutton will have to move from his outside spot to the inside, so there'll be some shuffling there. It appears Sutton's the number 1 guy no matter what at corner 2, I should say. So it's Hayden and Sutton, right? You're 1 and 2, and then when they need a slot guy or a nickel guy kind of deal, Sutton will move to that spot, and then Pierre or Witherspoon will fill in. Week 1, I'm guessing it would be Pierre unless Witherspoon is really impressed in his 1 week of practice, which is possible. But we'll see what happens there, and so we'll have to trust them against this elite passing game. I think Josh Allen's really good, man. And it's not that cold either yet. That's an advantage for, technically both of us, but especially for us. It's tough to play in Buffalo in the winter, so getting them early in the season is probably better for us, if we're being honest. But that's why I think our secondary will have to step up. So that's what we know about the Bills. We talked about the Steelers already. Defensively, I think it could be a pretty defensive matchup, but I still believe our defense is better even with, Hilton and Nelson and Dupree leaving because Ingram was added. Highsmith is getting better. The new corner should be okay. Sutton was always a better cover guy than Hilton, by the way. Hilton might have got burned once or twice against the Bills, I think, last year. Either way, X Factor time. We'll say our X Factors for this game is, to me, the Bills' X Factor on offense is obviously Josh. No, it's Diggs. I was going to say Allen, but it's too easy to go to quarterback. I want to mix it up. It's Diggs. Diggs had a field day against us last season. I'm pretty sure the dude almost had 200 yards, if not more. He just ate up Steven Nelson all day. So now it's whoever's job they decide to put on him this time, whether that be Hayden or Sutton or Witherspoon or Pierre. It'll be a new man's job to try to lock him down, which is definitely not easy. If Diggs has a huge day again like that, it's going to be tough to beat this Bills team. So therefore, our defensive X factor has to be in the secondary. I think just in terms of talent, though, it's going to be Minkah. Minkah is a disruptor. He's one of the best safeties in the game. Hopefully he feels he's felt slighted by Madden for his below 90 Madden rating and the NFL top 100 for having him below way too many safeties. Hopefully he should be motivated no matter what because he's a great athlete. He's really competitive, but hopefully he's really motivated this game and he comes out firing and has a great game. Maybe gets a pick off Allen or something would be fantastic. Forcing turnovers is always huge in football games, and that's something we need to do more of again. We were really great at it in 2020, dropped a bit in terms of turnovers in 2021, so hopefully we can get some of that mojo back. So that's my X Factor defensively. Now we'll do it the other way around. The Steelers' offensive X Factor, like I said, has to be Najee Harris. We need the man to have a field day to get this running game back on track, and hopefully he can do it. They are pretty stout defensively, like I said, so it could be hard, but, a big day from Najee would definitely help us win, obviously, and get less pressure off Ben to have to throw against a really tough secondary, which is where their X Factor comes into play. It has to be Tre'Davious White. He's given the Steelers hell every time we've played him. definitely a challenge for whoever they line up against. There's a good chance he ends up shutting that person down if he follows someone or just stays in one spot. Could limit some of her options, so that's an intriguing matchup right there. The Big Ben and the multiple our receiver by committee approach against Tre'Davious White. So it's prediction time now. They have the Bills as a 6.5 point favorite, like I said, and all 10 NFL Network analysts pick the Bills. Most people pick the Bills. I'm gonna be confident here. You can obviously I'm biased, so it's okay if you think I'm biased. You can call me stupid or whatever if I'm wrong. But I think the Steelers win 24-21. Like I said, it's got to be really close. It's going to be a dogfight, but I don't know why. I feel like the new coordinator and Najee's first game and Ben being fully healthy, that means that arm is ready to go, man. And I think our defense is better than their defense, and I think it just works out for us. Remember, this is start of the year Steelers, which the last couple of years, it used to be we were rough the start of the year and then got really good at the end. But the last couple of years, unfortunately, it's been really good to start and then bad at the end. So if that trend continues, which I honestly hope it doesn't, but for this game's sake, I guess it might be, and then that means we'd be likely to win. Sorry about me rubbing my nose. I got allergies or something, man. It sucks. I don't know if the rose is super red or if that's just the camera. Either way. But yeah, so I got the Steelers getting a close one out. Obviously, they would cover since they were the underdogs in the first place. Let me know what your score predictions are in the comments below. Also, feel free to tell me if your X factor is different from mine. Just anything you want to talk about. It could be Steelers or Bills related. Honestly, I'm happy to talk with you about it in the comments. Like I said, comments help grow the channel as well. So anything you want to talk about, any complaints or positive things, anything, I'd love to hear from you guys. Honestly, it'd be great to talk. So, yeah, feel free. And there's a playlist and information tab that probably popped up earlier in the video, too, of my Steelers content. So, game previews, post-game reactions, all that stuff will be found on the YouTube channel. So, hopefully some of these post-game reactions will be live streams. So, make sure you click the bell by the subscribe button as well so you know when I go live for the post-game reactions. You can get your thoughts and talk directly with me. During the post-game, I had a couple people chime in. During last year's, I did a couple of those live streams, so that'll be fun to do again. Had to pause for a sneeze. Either way, so, yeah, click over here for the playlist of Steelers stuff. And right here is the button, another button where you can subscribe. It's another way to subscribe. Quick and easy would be awesome. And over here is a random video of mine that YouTube decided to recommend for you if you feel like checking that out. So once again, guys, this is KMA Preston signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go Steelers. Let's beat the Bills and make my prediction right. All right, see you guys.